You know something? I don't usually upload these kind of videos on these days, like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, because, I usually do it on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is a little special occasion. As you all know, on Wednesday night, I believe, the scheduled release videos came. The NFL league-wide schedule was already released, but NFL teams, all 32 NFL teams have released schedule videos to present to their fans the schedule, and yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about that in this episode. Also, shout out to the Nuggets and the Celtics for not giving up on the series. Nuggets won at their own house. Now they take OKC to Game 7 in their house to see who's going to come out on top. I feel like that series is going to determine the NBA champion. No offense to Indiana, New York, or Minnesota. I can say with certainty those are the two best teams in the entire league right now, as in Oklahoma City and Denver. But hey, shout out to Jaylen Brown and shout out to Luke Cornett. 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 blocks against the New York Knicks on Game 5, I believe, at TD Garden. Now you gotta go to Madison Square Garden and try to do that all over again. But let me tell you, people don't understand how hard it is to get 7 blocks in one game. It's difficult. Unless you have one of the most broken big men builds in 2K. That's literally the only way you're getting at least 7 blocks a game. But anyways, let's get straight to the football. Welcome back to Grizzly Talks Football. I'm the Grizz, and we got a little special episode for y'all. We're going to take a break from the college football reviews and predictions series, because we are going to be ranking every NFL team's schedule release video. Yes, you can find every single team's schedule release video probably on Twitter. I don't think Instagram is the option here. I would say go to Twitter or go to YouTube to find their videos, and you're going to see every single one of them. I am going to be giving my personal rankings of these 32 NFL teams' schedule release videos. I will also put the links for every single team in the pinned comment so that you guys can go watch every single one of them. Yes, I took every minute of my life. I'm just kidding. I took some time out of my life to watch every 32 NFL teams' schedule release video. Yes, I am that desperate. But anyways, if you want to have the entire playlist, I'll make sure to leave it in the description below. So click that link for the entire playlist so that you'll have every episode prior to this one. And also have that playlist to keep track of any future episodes that come out. Also, make sure you hit the red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos. Without further delay, let's get to the schedule release video ranking. Yes, sir, we are here with the schedule release video rankings. Obviously, I'm using just the 2025 NFL teams list. But basically how this goes, I think you see the categories. I think you know how this kind of works. But let me run it down for you. We got categories for the videos that are goated, videos that are above average, ones that are decent, ones that failed expectations, acid, disappointing. That's going to be my new disappointing tier. And then you got the videos that were complete ass. Sound good? Perfect. Let's get this off with the 18 bars rap video from the Arizona Cardinals. I'm already gonna start this one with decent. It wasn't bad. I will say I loved the idea of a rap video for your schedule release video. I mean, here's what I would change. I think if their bars and their flow were kind of a little bit better, maybe this would be above average. If it was one of the best raps of all time, I would put it in GOATed, but unfortunately it's not. But I do love the creativity there. You know what? I just listened to it again. I literally just now listened to it again. It's above average now. The flow is there. The flow is absolutely there. It's just, I think the bars could be a little better. Next we got the ATL Card 25 from the Falcons. What else is there to say? Honestly, there is nothing else to say. This was GOATed. Call me biased, call me any sorts of things, call me this is fake, this is real. Go watch that LTL Card 25 video because that is fire. Call me a Mario Kart stan, call me whatever, but everybody with a freaking brain will know that is a fire video. All the tracks in this so-called video game were based on every single opponent that the Falcons have to face, which is absolutely amazing. You had stuff like Cupertua Beach, you had the gold mine, the Shanahan, I can't remember what it was. But basically, it was just for every single team that the Falcons had to face, and man, this was awesome. Up next, we got the Ravens, which were the NFL schedule is mysterious. What the fuck? Ass. Where was the fucking mystery? Where was it? There was nothing mysterious about that. It was just so empty and super random. I watched it for a little while, waiting for something to happen, but nothing happened. It was just strange keyboards and strange stuff that happened around the facility. That was it. There's nothing mysterious about that. Next, we got the Buffalo Bills and their AI schedule release. Honestly, it's decent. I think the best part about that was the AI, as in the answer, Allen Iverson. But I get what they were trying to do. They kind of tried to put his initials, AI, and make it into a schedule release. But, of course, the answer always has an answer. That was a bad joke. But I will say it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. Next up, we got the Secret Revelations schedule release video and Carolina. I did like the thing that was out of nowhere, but I don't know. I think I could still put it in failed expectations. Honestly, I think the secrets that were out, I don't think that was really necessary, but I get the idea of what they were going for. Yeah, it was just a little bizarre, a little disappointing. Next up, we got the Bears with their Ben Johnson at different ages. I can definitely say above average for this team. I think I'm very comfortable with that. I did like the use of different answers for Ben Johnson at certain ages. Guy obviously sent a wrong schedule, and yeah, he was trying to delete it, but he was trying to tell someone from his time to not be able to view it, and honestly, that was pretty funny. It was actually really not terrible. And also, I do love time traveling as well, just so you know. Up next, we get the Cincinnati Bengals and their short-ass film with the behind-the-scenes. Ass. They just had the schedule in the fucking credits and then did absolutely nothing after that. They just let the camera on and let the Bengals players and staff do whatever the fuck they wanted behind the scenes. The excitement was streamed as soon as I freaking clicked on that damn video. Next up, we did the Cleveland Browns and Brownie the Elf doing some random shit. I don't even know what the fuck that was. I kind of did like the different ways they revealed the opponents, but honestly failed expectations. It's just, yeah, Brownie is just a little scary, to be fair. A lot of people think Brownie's a little frightening. I don't personally think he's that frightening, but it was kind of weird seeing him do whatever the fuck he was doing. We're just gonna move on. Next up, we got Cowboys in their charades kind of parody with their schedule. I did love that idea of getting charades in there. I think they're on the high end above average for me. It was nice that some people were above the players that were guessing, trying to guess what opponent they were doing. They did a really nice job. They really did. The acting was great, really helped out the Cowboys a little bit. It was honestly not too bad. Next up, we got the Sheep Riding with Kids schedule release video from the Denver Broncos. Ass. I was gonna put this at failed expectations, but I had to look at it and realize how the fucking bad this was. I get it, they had all different kids with helmets of the different teams and they had sheep throw them off, but it felt too obvious and a little boring. Obviously, they couldn't do bowls because these were kids, they would get murdered. I get it. But man, this was just bad. Why didn't they have just mini horses for them? Could they not afford that? Up next, we had the stadium tour, which is inside and outside the stadium for the Detroit Lions. I love the idea, hated the fucking execution. Why didn't somebody just take a strut around Ford Field and just introduce every single opponent that the Lions had to face week by week? That would have definitely put them at above average, but right now I gotta put decent for them. Up next, we had Josh Jacobs' nightmares from the Green Bay Packers. Ugh, this one failed expectations quite miserably. Not ass, but it failed expectations quite bad. Obviously, Josh Jacobs was trying to look for the schedule, and he kept hearing nightmares of saying, yo, where's the schedule? Yeah, yo, you got the schedule in there? Where's it at? Like, that was so weird. I gotta say, very disappointing in the way they sold that one. Never try that again. Up next, we got the What's Up Houston Texans FaceTime call thing. I get the idea, I like it, but I think the fact that too many people were on that FaceTime call, I think it ruined it. I did love the idea of talking about the schedule release with the, the slang term for hello, but it was just too many people on the call. Next up, we got the Colts guessing game with their custom drawings, which I did see on Twitter, by the way. They looked amazing. Because of the drawings, I'm going to put this in above average. This would be goated if the guessing game was a lot better, and the Colts were actually a lot better at guessing these teams than I thought they would. Obviously, in November, the Falcons will play the Colts in, I believe, Berlin. But honestly, the thing that really got me interested was the drawings. I wanted to see a lot more of them. I actually did, in fact, check all of them. They were actually nice. Go to drawings. Drawings are A+. I think a D I would give for the, the whole guessing game thing. Up next was the morning routine by the Jaguars. I mean, I did kind of like the idea. I think I'm going to go with decent, though. I get what they were trying here. They were trying to get like every single part of the day. I love the creativity of introducing the teams that they played. That was pretty cool. But honestly, a morning routine, I think it could have been a lot better. Up next, we got the Chiefs and the Chiefs cab. If I'm giving my Falcons their flowers, I gotta give the Chiefs their flowers too. They have fucking Ben Bailey on their freaking release video. Guys, this just takes me back to my childhood. You guys remember Cash Cab? I think it was like a show that went on Game Show Network, and it actually worked out pretty nicely. Looks like Ben Bailey brought it back to Chiefs fans, quizzing them on their opponents for the 2025 schedule, and I actually dig it. Speaking of goated videos, how about the Chargers in their Minecraft video? I'm no Minecraft fan, but the fact that they were able to incorporate the NFL and Minecraft worlds and mesh them together, that was awesome. It actually did turn into a very good product. I'm not even going to cap to you. I heard they made fun of every team they played against about, I think I saw the Raiders' house explode because of dynamite TNT. Yeah, Minecraft TNT, not real TNT. Don't get it twisted. Then you also had the Giants with the ghost of Saquon Barkley and their nightmares. That was pretty funny. And then you also got Mike McDonald jumping into the ocean with the Dolphins. But honestly, the fact that the Chargers were able to pull this off, props to you, because your schedule release videos, as of late for the past couple of years, have been fire. Up next, we had the Rams and their news story. I was going to beat these guys to go to, but, the puns are a little bit too played out. I did love the idea. I love the sense of humor on the news stories. But Big Did Aaron Donald and Puka Nakua was so wrong. I mean, that image was cursed to hell. But the news show was awesome. I did enjoy that. Up next, we had the Raiders. I don't even remember what they had. Oh, yeah, it was the stuff at their workplace. And they kind of did some scenes for every single one of their opponents to make you realize, oh, it's this team. Yeah, it was very awesome. I feel like I'm between low goated or high above average. Honestly, yeah, let's go above average. It was simple, but it was also executed quite well. I'm not even gonna lie. Their puns were a lot better than some of the teams that tried to put puns in their intros. I think they had like some charging thing for the Chargers, the pony for the Broncos. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff you could actually go and say, these puns were actually very nicely played out. Up next, we got the Miami Dolphins and their Cyberpunk intro until the schedule release happened. A+ intro, F freaking release itself. That's why they're going to decent, because that was inconsistent. Because the intro was very, very nice. But the schedule release, it was all just every single opponent just popping up at the screen and going out. Like, what the hell, Miami? Up next, we got the Minnesota Vikings with their tattoo parlor. Dude, honestly, I gotta give the Vikings goated on this one as well. They really outdid themselves here. They put tattoos on people of the opponents that they play, which were very nicely drawn. I really did enjoy those. Then I loved the idea of closing the parlor for the bye week. That was pretty cool as well. Cool idea. Yeah, this was honestly one of the most creative things I've seen, especially with Minnesota standards. That was really good. Up next, we got the New England Patriots in their egg drop challenge video. I did enjoy the eggs that each athlete did one by one drop. Reveal their opponents. I'm going to give them above average because I think someone already had an egg drop challenge before. I think it was Do Perfect or somebody else. Let me know who was the first to do it. But honestly, love the idea. It's just a shame that a lot of people have already used that. Like not in schedule release videos, but in like other like fun challenge videos. Up next, we had the New Orleans Saints with Kellen Moore's interview along with his angry translator. I did love the intensity that the angry translator actually put in for all their opponents as they were being revealed by the reporters, but they didn't need to do that. Kellen Moore, I get it. He was a chill guy, so he needed to have an angry translator along with him to show his, like, I guess, true feelings. I'm not sure what the fuck that was. Why doesn't Kellen Moore just get angry, though? Completely understand. I just didn't feel... I think the angry translator was a bit too much. Next up, we got Meet the Schedule for the New York Giants. I actually kind of did enjoy the idea of meeting the schedule. Like, fans that were, like, actual people of the actual schedule itself, but it was corny as hell. Love the creativity of, like, meeting the schedule itself, as in, like, certain fans, certain people representing every team they played, but, yeah, what they were saying, oof, creeped me out. Next, we got the Gumball Machine video with the New York Jets. Dude, honestly, remember you were a kid and you tried to, you know, put a quarter in for the Gumball Machine and whatever you got in there was what you get? That's what they did with the New York Jets, and man, the clues that they gave out, that was awesome. I think they did guess it right away, I will say that, but the gumballs with the accessories that represented each team that they played, that was actually really nice. Up next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles schedule release video. Ass. Philadelphia, I'm gonna say this one time. What the hell were you thinking releasing that shit? You just freaking floundered your Lombardi trophy. You said, starring your 2024 Super Bowl champions, and then you got appearances by your fucking schedule at the very end. Like, and it was a minimal font too, bro. This was the worst one. Get your disgusting video out of here. Take it off the airways because that shit sucked. Next up, we get the Steelers and sacking Sasquatch. Obviously, you had Nick Herzig, and I think it was a couple Wisconsin Badgers that happened. I get it, because the Steelers love Sun and Wisconsin players. TJ Watt. Honestly, I didn't like the idea over here. I'm going to put this... I'm between above average and decent. Let's go above average for this one. I did love the clues of the Sasquatch being around with, you know, the New England Clam Chowder, the Cincinnati Chili, and the tent that had orange and blue like the Broncos. That was actually not bad. It was also popping out of nowhere, makes you think of one team. That was honestly pretty good play on the teams that they play. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks in their action figure commercial. Obviously, this was their 50th season schedule release commercial, and I gotta say, that was above average. Do you remember those new action figures that people love to see the commercials of because it makes it so real? That's exactly what Seattle did as far as their schedule release. This was awesome. And you got classic Seattle Seahawks, especially from the ones that came from their only Super Bowl win, like Steve Largent, Marshawn Lynch, Cam Chancellor. I know Steve Largent was a part of the Super Bowl squad, but he was probably one of the best Seahawks ever. Really good execution with this one. Up next, we have the 49ers and what was it? The Golden Trail. That's what it was called. That was their video. I did love the idea of like certain events on a little Oregon Trail parody being the opponents that they face, like encountering Falcons, encountering Cardinals, encountering the Jaguars, and even the Rams as well. I think I saw a few of them. I did have enough after that because I was trying to watch all 32 teams because, of course, I have no life. But I will say this was very creative and actually a very good intro to the schedule, of course. Coming up next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Jon Gruden box opening. Look, I hate the fucking Buccaneers, but this intro was actually pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, by pretty solid, I mean very, very good. Of course, Jon Gruden was talking about the Super Bowl championships, how they got to those titles. You know, I think the Cardinals one, that was what really got me about the, Simeon Rice trade. There was also the Falcons one where NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers played the Falcons for the first NFC South title, and Tampa Bay ended up beating the Falcons. But, hey, the Falcons made the wild card that year, too. Philadelphia Eagles, as far as, Rondé Barber picking it off. The pick 6 in 2003 that got the Buccaneers to the Super Bowl. Like, I really enjoyed Jon Gruden's little history-making artifacts that made the schedule. It was very clever. Next we got the Titans. It was Schedule Anxiety, whatever the fuck that was. It was the medicine commercial. Oh, it was called Schedule Grizzly. And they had they were talking about certain symptoms of the thing, and they had the little teams on there. That was actually pretty cool. I'm gonna actually put this in above average because that was a really good play on that medicine commercial. Did I think that was the best one? Not exactly, but it was actually really solid though. And we got our final team, which is the Commanders with their Tycoon commercial, which is, I love me some Tycoons. You know those Tycoon games that you would play, let's just say Roblox or something like that? Because I used to play Roblox back in the day. Those were actually pretty cool. Washington had a little theme park tycoon that they had, and every single attraction that they had represented the teams that they played against. That was actually very nicely played by them. This arguably, it takes the top spot, but as far as the 6 goes, I don't think anyone's beaten either the Falcons ATL car or the Chargers Minecraft one. Those are the top 2. I think Washington's going to go to number 3. I actually did love the kind of attractions that Washington had for their Tycoon, like the boat for the Chargers. I think the ATL filling station, I don't even know what that was, but nice job, guys. It was actually called the Commanders Tycoon, which is, look, I get it, because it tells you this is the Commander's intro. Oh yeah, and I saw the Meadowlands Maze. There was also the Cheese Chaser for Green Bay. That was pretty nice. The names were awesome. I'll leave a link at the pinned comment, like I said, to every single one of these teams' schedule release videos so that you guys can watch them as well. I'm excited to hear your rankings as well. Honestly, if you want to rank these, do hit me up in the comments if you like to do so. Anyways, that is going to end the NFL schedule release rankings. These are the final ones. Feel free to leave a comment if you agree or disagree as well. That's going to do it for this episode of Grizzly Talks Football. I hope you're ready for the NFL season as I am. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give that a big fat thumbs up. Hit the red subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos. This is the Grizz, signing off for now. Now, till next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace!